Hey up and welcome to Callum's Corner. Right, I am back. I've returned. Had a little break from social media for the last week following the breakup with my girlfriend, just to get my head round it. However, I feel like I've fully processed it now, and I'm feeling very good and strong about my decision. Been slightly reinforced by some angry and bitter texts from my ex-girlfriend, mocking me, even trying to mock my beard and stuff. She can say what she wants. It's awesome. It's staying. And I did have a little peek at her Facebook page, and it's got a couple of angry posts on there. She seems quite bitter about it. I did spot the old favourite of women on there. If you can't handle me at my worst, you don't deserve me at my best. Stick it up your ass. Handle me at my worst when you're borderline psychotic. Arse. Anyway, I'm out of it now, and it feels good. It feels good. Reminds me of when I was a school kid, about 11 years old. My mum used to make me wear my school shoes for as long as possible. They were practically falling apart, right? Even when they were too small for me. My mum, again. And it's like when I got a new pair of shoes after that, and they were big enough for me, just unencumbered after wearing something too small and just being squished all the time, feeling free, light, just skipping around. That's what a breakup of a bad relationship is like. Getting a pair of shoes that actually fit you, that you don't feel constrained all the time in. And it's coming out in my natural personality. I'm farting for enjoyment again, which I know a lot of you think is very childish, but it's a big part. If you can't laugh at farting, what are you? It's a funny thing. And I've been doing it again, farting flamboyantly, when you're in a relationship, I just get them to go off into the kitchen and shut the door and do it quietly. They got some kind of dirty bloody dog or something. Go fart in the kitchen, Callum. Ashamed of it or something. Now I'm just enjoying it, letting them come out loud and proud. Little spins, pirouettes, pushing them at people. Just having a laugh. Yeah, some of you will say it's immature, but it's inbred into me. My father was a great farter, God rest his soul. He loved to fart as a joke. He'd be laughing and laughing. One of the worst weekends of my life was when he picked up his new car, his Vauxhall Cavalier, had electric windows, and he had the bloody master controls on his door. You'd be sitting there in the car, and then suddenly your window would go back up, and you'd be shut in there. He'd lock it, and you'd know a horrible fart was coming, just shut in there with it, breathing it in, like almost chewing on that thick jungle aroma as tears are streaming down his face. So it's in my blood. It's in my blood to kind of fart flamboyantly and make the most of it. And I'm doing that again. I'm being myself, which is wonderful. It's a sight to behold, and it's a joy to behold for me. The last kind of week while I wasn't uploading has been really, really good, to be honest with you. I've been working on my music. As I said, I've been in this studio, as Phil Collins so famously said. Took a long time in there. They wanted me to keep going and doing the lines again. I think they wanted to get it perfect. But it is going to be an absolute work of art. It craps all over. That's not my name. And certainly all over Tic Tac business. It's not a send for anyone per se. It is another joyful parody song that just encapsulates how I feel about the haters and also about the people in my corner. It is just full of blood, sweat and tears. Honestly, it was emotional. It was like an emotional ejaculation doing it. Just intense emotions just bursting out of me. And I think that's going to be very clear in the track. And it's going to shock some people just how good it's going to be. I'm going to release it on iTunes as well, I think, and Spotify. Maybe we could even try and chart entry for Callum's Corner. But I'm not going to say any more about that because that's a little secret for you, and that will be coming with you very, very shortly. Going to be back with the uploads. Back trying to do daily uploads and stuff again. Now I'm back home again. I'm going to a karate lesson later. I've booked in for one. Never really done organised kind of fighting before. I feel like I get a little bit kind of obsessed with form and stuff where my tactical brain gives me that kind of advantage, just like a street rat. How will I hurt them? How will I put them down? But I'm going to do it. I'm going to go to a karate lesson and see if they've got anything to teach me. And if they have, I will teach you. I'll pass it on, kind of crumbs from the captain's table. So yeah, I'm going along to do that tonight. So yeah, lots to look forward to. Lots going on, and the corner marches on.